Hi guys, Michael Weldon here. Welcome back to another Living Free From recipe. For me, summertime is all about cooking outside on the barbecue, enjoying this beautiful Aussie climate that we have. So I thought today I would show you a beautiful barbecue recipe. It is my chicken and bacon kebab with a beautiful peach glaze. Now this one is a gluten-free recipe. We're gonna do away with those pita breads and I'm gonna replace it with a really quick and easy wrap, which I'll show you in a minute. But the first thing we need to do is start to prepare our glaze. To make our glaze, we're gonna start off by adding a little bit of olive oil into our pot. And then we're gonna go in with some diced white onion. For me, when I make a glaze, whether it be a ham glaze for Christmas, or it be something to glaze some meat, or even a slow roasted glaze, I always start with a base of onion. It's a really good way to add a nice base flavour. And then I think of what I need to add. So I need some sugar for sweetness, but sugar also helps glaze whatever you're cooking. So it's going to make it sticky and a little bit crusty. I like to then add some fruit for that sweetness and that freshness. So this one's going to be peach, but pineapple works well, apple, apricot, any fruit with a little bit of sweetness that will cook down into a nice little sauce. And then I like to add a little bit of spice as well, whether it be cumin or coriander, some cinnamon, some fennel. This one we're going to go a bit spicy. It's summer, so we want that warm, fresh, vibrant flavour. So I'm going to add in some chili flakes to this one. And then something acidic. So for me it's pretty much always vinegar. Apple cider works really well, especially when you're cooking other fruits. You can go balsamic, you can go red wine, and any kind of vinegar in between, as long as you've got that little bit of acidity that you need to cut through whatever meat you're cooking. So once our onion has cooked down for about a minute or so and begins to soften, we can add in our chili flakes, and we just want to toast them off just for about a minute to let their flavour start coming out and cooking into the glaze. Once our chili has started to cook down for about a minute, we're going to add in our sugar, our peaches with the liquid as well, and then we're going to add in our vinegar, just a splash to start with. We might add a little bit more towards the end if it needs it, and a pinch of salt just to balance everything out. We're going to cook this down for a couple of minutes till everything softens and we can blend it. While that glaze cooks down and the flavour intensifies, we're going to make our skewers. So on my plate here I have some diced chicken thighs, skin off, boneless, some nice quartered bits of red onion, which are going to sort of be a little barricade between our chicken and our bacon, and then some beautiful cubes of streaky bacon. Now I reckon streaky bacon is the best bacon for these skewers because you get those lovely lines of fat through the meat, you get that beautiful flavour in your dish. Skewers have been soaking in water for about half an hour, otherwise when you chuck them on your barbecue they may burn and char, which we don't want. I always start with a bit of chicken, a little bit of bacon, and then just chuck on a nice little cheek or petal, if you will, of our onion, and then I repeat the process. And I reckon, thinking about the size of our wraps we're going to use, you want 4 pieces of each ingredient on your skewer. So 4 bits of bacon, 4 bits of chicken, 4 bits of onion, until they're all nice and held together. And you kind of want to make sure they're in the same shape, so when you cook it, it's going to be nice and even. So repeat the process. Now, if you didn't like chicken or you wanted to make this veggie, you could easily swap it out for mushrooms or some eggplant. Capsicum works really well on a skewer as well. There's sort of no rules when it comes to skewering, just whatever you like and whatever will give you a really nice flavour. The great thing about making your skewers is you can do them ahead of time. It's a great one to get the kids in the kitchen cooking as well. They can skewer the meats. Our skewers are done. They look absolutely beautiful, nice and spaced out and nice and even. Our glaze is cooked down. You can tell by just pushing into your peaches and they break up. So this is ready to blitz up. I'm going to blitz this up. I'm going to get the skewers. We're going to go outside. I'm going to meet you on the barbecue and show you how to cook them all up. Alright, so we're out here with our barbecue. Now today I'm cooking on the Weber with beautiful charcoal. I love the flavour that it gives to things like meat and vegetables when you cook them really quickly at a high heat. And you can see here in the setup, I've got my coals on one side of my barbecue, which I'll call the hot side or the live side. And I've got here the cool side of the barbecue, a bit of a safe zone. So if you do get too hot over here or you start to flare up on this side, you can easily move your meat or your skewers or whatever you're cooking across to a cooler area so it won't burn as quick. You can worry about putting the fire out and then you can put your meat or your vegetables back on there. I find this the best way to cook when cooking over charcoal at a high heat. So we're nice and hot there. You can see the coals are nice and white with a beautiful little orange glow. For me, that means it's time to put our skewers on. I've given these a drizzle of olive oil, a nice little sprinkle of sea salt over the top now. And then I'm going to put them over my grill, and that's what I want to hear, that beautiful little sizzle. It means a nice hot grill. You can get a nice barbecue on our skewers. And I'm kind of aiming the sticks of our skewers over this way to that cooler zone so they don't burn too much. And now what I'll start to do, and this is what you need to do along the way while you're cooking your skewers, is just to start to dab on some of our glaze. And you start smelling straight away the bacon and the chicken and the onion charring. And you can see little flames coming up from our coals, which is perfectly fine. We kind of want those flames just to lick and just slightly touch our kebabs, and that's going to give us beautiful flavour. And all this smoke coming out of here translates into delicious flavour in our skewers. Now we're going to keep cooking these and giving them a baste every time you turn them. So every time you turn your skewer, give it a quick baste. I reckon you want to turn them onto each side twice, so you're probably going to do 8 turns, glazed along the way, and when they're done, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to eat these beautiful skewers. Our skewers have cooked, they've charred, and then one last little glaze with our peach and spicy glaze. Now, all these ingredients are available from your local Coles, so you can quickly and easily cook this one up for dinner on your barbie. It's probably about 10 minutes to get the glaze made and the skewers done, and then another 10-15 minutes of cooking, so it's a really quick and easy, simple midweek dinner, or if you're having a dinner party, a great way to show off to your friends. Now, I promised you a cool little new way of wrapping up a kebab. Gone is the pitta, because we're all about gluten-free for this recipe. So on our platter, we're going to chuck our skewers, just like so. I always like to hang the sticks off the side so they're easy to pick up. And you can see here I've got a couple of things on my platter. I have kebabs, obviously we've just cooked those. I also have a beautiful little cumin yogurt here. Cumin powder, pinch of salt, yogurt mixed together, some pickled chilies, and then these guys here, little cos leaves and some Chinese cabbage. It might look a bit strange, but come along with the ride. This is going to replace our pitta bread. It's going to be our beautiful little wrap. All you do, chuck your chicken in the middle, gently pinch, and then slide your skewer out. That can go back in the barbecue, make it a bit more charcoal. And then just top your kebab off with a little bit of yogurt and some of these lovely pickled jalapeno chilies. You can add hot sauce if you like, something nice to spice it up a little bit. But there you have a beautiful gluten-free recipe, my chicken and bacon skewers, that lovely peach glaze on these gluten-free wraps. I've got a kebab to eat, you guys got a recipe to cook. To get more awesome recipes, check out the Free From an Allergy Facebook group. Make sure you guys are cooking lots on your barbecue this summer. Happy eating, guys. Thank you very much.